Yellow Gazebo Natural Healthcare in Toronto. We're located at 804 St. Clair Avenue West. I'm a registered acupuncturist and Chinese medicine practitioner. I'm here today with Brian Murray, registered massage therapist at Yellow Gazebo.
Hello.
So, Brian, today we're going to talk about just questions that a massage therapist might get asked, right?
Right.
And you're an expert, so I think you're the perfect person to be asking these questions to. Okay, so, ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Question number one, how much pressure should I ask for?
Okay. Pressure it's not as simple as that. The pressure is something that you're going to have to work with the therapist, and it's going to be different for every single person. And it's going to be different day by day. You might be able to take a lot of pressure today, but you might be really sore tomorrow, or, something might have happened.
Even though I can often take a lot of
I
pressure.
can take a lot, but I can guarantee I can buckle you sooner or later.
Yeah. That's a challenge.
But, the important part is to communicate with the therapist and find something that works for you and them.
Okay. Now I know the answer to the next one, but I know it gets asked a lot. How much clothing should I take off?
So with this one, it's literally speaking, we will always tell you to undress to your comfort level. What that literally means is you can take off or leave on anything you like. The massage is not really going to be affected if you have on all your clothes. It's just some techniques and some things can't be done.
So you could keep on all your clothes if you
Keep
want.
on everything, right?
Wow.
It's like if you're going for shiatsu, you don't take off anything, right?
That's a good point. Yeah.
So the only difference is that I wouldn't be able to apply lotion and do gliding type techniques, but there's still a lot of compression and different types of things we can do. So it just depends on the type of treatment you're looking for. So
Okay.
to summarize, it completely depends on you. The most important thing is to take off jewelry. That's the only thing that we all want. Take off your jewelry.
The jewelry, right?
Yeah. If you take off your jewelry, we're all happy, basically.
Now speaking of jewelry, how much money, or should people tip you, and if so, how much?
Well, okay.
And not in jewelry, right?
yeah, preferably not. So when it comes to tipping, I would say it's at your discretion. There are different places, and with different places are going to come different rules and different line of thinking, right? So since we're a clinic here, we don't really say tip your therapist. That's completely up to you.
Right.
So if you want to tip us, by all means, but you don't have to. We're comfortable making what's posted in the clinic. However, you're welcome to tip. At the same time, if you go to like a spa where everybody is taking or dipping their hands in the pot of tips, then sure, you might want to tip your therapist. I know some people actually leave a tip in the therapist's room so the spas won't see it at all. That way it goes directly to the therapist.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess different clinics, spas do things differently.
everybody has their own different rules, but in general, it's up to you. At least here, we don't want you to feel pressured to tip. So
So we're gonna get a little personal here. Has anyone ever farted in the room with you?
yes, people fart all the time.
It's natural, right?
It's completely natural. I make people fart. I mean,
You make them fart.
sometimes, not all the time on purpose, but
Pressing on their stomach.
yeah, pressing on their stomach, their low back, sometimes their glutes. It just depends. But it's natural. Your body's gonna do what it does, and everybody's the same. So don't let it bother you. You know what I mean? At the same time, some people do get really embarrassed when things like that happen. I was telling Richard earlier that I've had a few times where a client has farted on the table and they get really embarrassed. So to kind of make them feel better and diffuse it, I'll fart too. And that way they start laughing and
Right.
then they completely forget that they're embarrassed.
If you need someone that can fart on command, he's your man. That's amazing. Okay. All right. Still on a personal note, have you personally ever been asked for a happy ending?
No. Not seriously. I've had some people, joke around. I don't know if it's kind of one of those, haha jokes, testing the water kind of things. But in my head, if I don't take it seriously, then it's not a serious thing. You know what I mean? So, as far as I can tell, I've never been asked seriously, but, that's so far.
Maybe something a little more serious for a female RMT, right?
Yeah, I know that a lot of my colleagues I went to school with have left the profession because they kept getting solicited and people were being inappropriate with them. And they tried telling them, setting guidelines, and it just wasn't working out. And unfortunately they left the profession because they didn't feel comfortable or safe or what have you.
Okay, so putting that aside for a second, why would someone normally pick a male therapist over a female therapist?
Okay, good question. So generally speaking, a lot of people have the impression that a male is going to be a better therapist in terms of having more pressure or more strength.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That is generally untrue. The strongest person I've ever encountered is half an inch from being a legal midget. She's about literally this tall. And if she puts her hands on
I
you...
don't know if you can say midget.
A legal short person?
Little person.
Little person. That one, yeah. Those are her words anyway. So.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But her hand is like this size compared to mine. And if she grabs you,
wow,
she will buckle you to the ground. It's crazy. She's tiny.
Just super strong.
Super strong.
Wow.
The thing that people don't really understand is it's about leverage. It's not how big or strong you look or how little they are. It's relative to the size of the client on the table, the height of the table, and the height of the therapist and their weight.
Wow.
So the only way that a man could really, on paper, be better is if he's heavier. A heavier guy has more downward pressure.
Right.
But a woman could be just as heavy or be able to muster that same amount of pressure.
Yeah.
So I would say try not to come with preconceived notions.
Mm-hmm.
Come in and just try who's available to you.
Different people will give you different things, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
And anybody who, we're all trained differently and everybody has a different style. So even if some of us went to school together, we're all going to be very different.
Yeah. Okay, just one or two more questions. Do you get sick of listening to ambient music all day?
Yes.
You made our playlist, actually.
I did, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But if I don't get my hands on our playlist, I'm like, oh God, why?
I made the other playlist, so I can see that.
But, it can get repetitive. Like, I've had some clients come and say, I don't like spa music. Or some people say, I don't like the whale calls. Those are the kind of ones I really got to
There are whale calls?
There are whale calls.
Really? I thought I took those up.
You could be sitting there listening to whale calls for an hour, and they all sound the same, so it's the longest hour in the world.
Yeah, I bet, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's an owl. That's better.
Yeah, they sound like, I don't know, like a falling ship or something.
Oh, maybe. All right. Is there anything else you want to add?
I would say, if you've never had a massage before, give it a shot. I can't express enough. Ask questions. And I've had a lot of people who come in and they're new to massage and, they don't ask questions and they kind of have a preconceived idea of what massage is, but really people don't really understand what massage therapy is. For example, there's a difference between a massage therapist and a masseuse, right?
Right.
Therapist is licensed. A masseuse is technically a female unlicensed person, whereas a masseur is the same thing but for male. Unlicensed.
So if you want a register, you have to see a registered massage
Yes.
therapist.
RMT. It's a protected title.
Yeah.
Nobody's allowed to use the term massage therapist or registered massage therapist unless they hold the license that we all pay for.
That's a good
So,
Okay. All right. Come
Ask
see
the
Brian.
questions.
Brian's here almost every day at Yellow Gazebo. We can't get rid of him. And obviously he's very amazing, not just personally, but he's a great massage therapist as well. We're at 804 St. Clair Avenue West in Toronto. The phone number here is 416-909-2334. We'll have more information in the info section after, and you can always come in and just chat with Brian for a few minutes if you want more information. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Massage.